Hi, today we're going to be making a plastic bag snowman portrait. And what you'll need to do this project is a piece of styrofoam. If it's 12 inches this way, 8 to 10 inches this way, and 1 to 2 inch. The 1 inch is better, but I couldn't find it, so I have the 2 inch. Some blue acrylic paint, a 2 inch brush, 1.5 2 inch brush, a paper plate, some black construction paper, a template to make your snowman, rubber gloves, a ruler, branches for his arms, for the snowman's arms, glue, scissors, some little snowflakes. You can get these at Walmart. They're easy to get, or Michael's, any craft store. Some skew sticks. You'll need 3 plastic bags, at least one full size that is blank without any advertising. 3 of those, and 1 like a brown paper bag or a colored paper bag, green, yellow, whatever color you want. On this snowman, as you can see, I used yellow. And then you need a little fuzzy ball for his nose. And that's it. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is paint, because then we'll have to let it dry paint when we get time to. So let's move all of this. I'm going to wear rubber gloves. For the painting. We're just going to put some paint on the paper paper plates. And you want to paint your sides too. So I'm going to start on my sides. And paint them. It is going to take a lot of paint, so make sure you start out with a good amount. I'm not really spending that much time on the sides to painting. I more so want my top to be painted really good. Okay. I'm going to set this down. I need more paint. To paint this last side. Okay, now we can paint the top. It will not take that long to dry. It's the styrofoam really sucks it up really good. Okay. I'm just going to pour it on top. Okay, I think we almost have it pretty good. And see, we have it all blue now. So we're going to let this one dry. I'll set it over here. But I already have one already dried, so we're going to start with that one. We'll take these off. Okay. So after your styrofoam board is all dry, take your Snowman Template and set it on here. And then you're going to take your skew and not the pointed end, but the flat top end. You're going to go around your template and just make like a little hose. I try to like take it and swish it around in there. I'm really not going, I mean, I'm doing like little pieces like this far apart, making the hose. We can always add more hose into the styrofoam if we need to. Okay, almost there. I would say like the holes that I'm punching into the styrofoam are like a ½ an inch apart. Okay. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see the hose, but if I put it up, you can see sort of the outline. There we go. So let's set that aside. My styrofoam here. Grab your white plastic bags. Excuse me. And we're going to cut the advertisement off of your bags. Roll that away. And then to make the measuring easier, at the end of at the bottom of the bag, you have where it's pleated right here on both sides. We're going to cut that off too. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this piece. So now your bag is going to be opened all the way. We're going to cut the handles off too. We want to make it easier to measure. So there's your handles. So now you have like one sheet, okay? Let's take our ruler. And you're going to cut it in 2-inch by 2-inch strips. So make sure your ruler and just cut it in 2 inches by 2 inches. So right now we're just going to make one long strips, and all I'm going to do is put it like on the number 2, and number 4, number 6, 8, 10, 12. Do that along the whole width of the ruler and of your plastic bag. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so let's make long strips here. If you have really good scissors, you can just go right on along here. I know this is the first time that you've actually seen my whole face in the video. It's just that the project is a bigger project than we've done. Kind of needed the wider screen. Okay. Almost done. And you're going to do this to all 3 of your white bags. Okay, so now let's place them all in a row on top of each other. There we go. Okay. place the ruler on there. And we're going to do the same thing every 2 inches. We're going to cut them. Just sit straight here. If they would play nice. Here we go. So that it's going to look just like that. You can do as, there we go. Okay, so there's the white ones. You can do that with all 3 and make a little pile. And you're going to do the same thing with your colored garbage bag. This one's a little bit smaller, but you only need this for the scarf, so you really don't need like a real big bag. You can get away with a smaller bag. This has some advertisement on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the top off, or the bottom, I'm sorry, the bottom of the bag, where it has the pleats. Cut off the handles. And then I'm going to cut this advertisement off. And we're going to do the same thing here. Every 2 inches. Three more to go. And then we'll stack them. And every 2 inches. Now, if you wanted to get your plastic bags done ahead of time, you can do that. It might make your project go a little bit faster. Okay, so we have that done. Now let's bring back. Now remember, you can see in the hose, when you get that done, take your skew, your white pieces, your white square pieces. You're going to take your glue and put glue in the hose that you punched. For me, it's easier to see if I kind of hold it up towards me so I can see the hose. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Okay, you're going to take your stick, making sure I don't have paint on me. You're going to take your stick, and I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up and around. You're going to put your plastic over the hoe and just put your plastic in there. They will stick to you. And then you're going to do that all the way around. Don't worry about if you have like some of the pieces will be longer than the others. At the end, we can take a pair of scissors and trim it so it looks nicer, more uniformed, if you will. As you see, I'm using my skew to also push them up so I can see the next hoe. Just like that. On these cold days, this is something that'll keep you busy and you get a nice picture afterwards to hang up in your rooms. Now I'm going to turn it around so I continue. I'm halfway through now, so it does go pretty fast once you get going. Okay, that's what it should look like. It's an outline of a snowman. So now we're going to do the same thing on the insides to fill it up. But the first thing I want to do before we do that is go ahead and get your colored garbage bag, and let's go ahead and make our scarf. You know it's going to go like right there, between here and across. And I did, I punched in like 3 holes all the way across. So and then on the outside, whichever way you want the scarf to be. So, okay, after we get our hose all punched, we're going to put the glue in the hose. Remember on the outside of the snowman that we punched holes there too for the scarf. Okay. And with the brown ones, you're going to do the same thing that you did with the white ones. You're just going to use your skew. And poke them in there. Here we go. Then we're going to do the outside for the scarf. Now on the last piece of the scarf, if you wanted to take a pair of, get these up here, a pair of scissors, and just put some fringes, like little cuts, like that, to make the scarf like blowing in the wind. I did not do this with the first one. That's because it just came to me too. And then stick that in there. Your scarf is done. Now we can start filling in the rest of the snowman. So we're just going to start doing our hole punches. So I finished with the head, and that's how the head looks. So now you're going to do the same thing to the body. You're going to punch the hose. Now remember, you don't have to go crazy. I don't know if you can see them in there. I have like just a few hose in there. Because after you get them done, if for any reason you feel as if you need to add more hose, you can do that at the end. Okay, so we have our hose, if you can see them. So now all you have to do is do your glue and fill in the rest of your snowman. So let's get that finished, and then I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I have the body finished. See how I missed some bottom pieces? So you can go in and just fill in down there. And that way we'll add just a few more pieces to it to fill it in. There we go. There. That filled him in a lot better. So now we wanted to put some snow down on the bottom, like he's in the snow. So let's add just a few more hose down at the bottom of our snowman. On both sides. Put some glue in our drops in our hose. Okay, just a few more, guys. Okay, so now we have that done. Oh, I see a little piece there. We could move the bag over a little bit. Now, it's time to put your nose on. So we're just going to pick the middle, drop a piece in there, and put his nose on. Now, I'm using construction paper, but if you have fun foam, you can use fun foam. It works just as good. And make 2 little circles for the eyes. Now remember, they don't have to be perfectly round circles. They're supposed to be like a chunk of coal. There we go. And we'll put them up above. And we'll stick it on here. And stick his eye there. Okay. And there's his eyes and his nose. Now we're going to use our little snowflakes. I'm only going to put like 4 on. Just like that. We'll glue them on. There we go. Almost done. We have to do, remember the branches? We have to make him some arms. So take your sticks and then just cut off a couple of sticks. Just like that. Now remember, it's styrofoam, so we can just stick them in. What I did is just stuck it in between. There's one. This might be a little too long, so I'm going to cut it a little bit more to size. I'm going to stick it in between my garbage bag pieces. There we go. Your garbage bag snowman portrait. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.